Hi, I'm Lara. I'm a spiritual lifestyle coach, and it is my mission to empower you to live true to soul. In the last video, I talked about what it meant to live true to soul, that we are spirits living this human experience. I want to take it a step further now and what are the implications of that for our lives? And to me, it's the key to everything. It's the key to life, in my opinion. This is the one thing that really changed my world, and how I viewed all of my situations in the past. Um, it it gave me a brand new perspective. So if we are spirits who live this human existence, and before we're born, we get together with our soul family and say, hey, I want to learn this lesson. Can you help me out with that? As can you be my mom in this next life? Can you be my dad in this next life? And we all get together to learn these certain lessons. Now, what does that actually mean? And how does that translate to what we're experiencing here in our lives? Well, it means that we chose this. It means that we chose the experiences that we're having. Now, I understand if you're new to this idea, it might seem really triggering. At first, it can be like, there's no way. No way I would choose something like this. There's no way that I would choose a childhood like this or these experiences. As difficult as that might be to swallow, it also has amazing freedom attached to that, because all of a sudden it takes us from victim to empowerment. Because if everything is just happening to us and we have no control over it, that's when we move into that victimhood. Whereas if we have responsibility, then we can choose to change the trajectory of our life. Also, if let's just use an example of my first husband. I've been married twice. My first husband. So if I look at that and say, I chose him and he chose me to have this experience, then that takes away any of the blame, because ultimately I chose it for my growth and he chose it for his growth. We're soulmates here to learn something from each other. Our souls wanted that experience to learn and grow. And you can look at any relationship in your life, and it can be the same thing. That's powerful. Powerful. When you start looking at things from the eyes of your soul, everything changes. Everything. That's why I'm so passionate about it. It changed my life. And the more that I continue to align with that higher part of me, the more peace I feel inside, the less I take things personally, the less things bother me. And I'm not saying I'm walking around in some bliss all day long. I think I'll be working through stuff and attempting to align with my higher self until the day I die. But that's okay. That's the point. The point is of this game is to remember who we truly are. It all of a sudden offers this whole perspective of compassion that you've never had for anybody else. I mean, think of that person who really hurt you. Think of it, because everything's so dramatic when you're a teenager. Think about that high school sweetheart who broke your heart. What if what if there was nothing to be upset about? What if there was nothing to be angry about? What if he or she was playing that role and you were playing the role. It was all planned out like a movie. You're playing these roles. Everything changes when you view the world through those eyes. And one of the biggest things about this is that there are a lot of different ways to see the world. A lot of different paradigms. I mean, there's probably as many paradigms that you can view the world through as there are people on Earth. I mean, think about all of the different religions and how much they have fought throughout time to say, I'm right, you're wrong. Think of all the different cultures that exist. They're just rules and boundaries created by a society that says this is how we're living, and the people that resonate with that idea come around, and then there might be more and more and more Christianity, Islam. It, it goes on and on. But if you think about this, all they are is somebody said, this is my belief and I think we should live this way, and other people said, yeah, I think you're right, and then everybody comes around and then they start living that way. My point is that we can choose to believe whatever we want to believe. And so this is one belief that I have adapted because I feel it so deep in my soul that I know this is real for me. This helps me move forward. This helps me live a more peaceful life. It helps me have more compassion for others and for myself. I mean, how many times have you messed up at some point and really hurt somebody and lived with guilt deep within you over that one thing? Maybe that person won't ever forgive you again. And you're stuck with this feeling of intense guilt over this. What if you could let that go? What if all you needed to do was look back at the lesson and say, gosh, you know what? I had a real human moment there and I didn't do the right thing. And I really wish I could go back and change it, but I can't. So I'm going to take the lesson from it. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I never make that happen again. Never do that again. And then you let it go and move forward. Can you imagine the freedom that is involved in this is just huge. It's towards ourselves and towards others. It's everything. We see everybody with compassion and understanding. They're here stumbling around, playing a role just like we are. They're learning, they're growing. And let's say they're a really awful person. Well, okay. They'll get to come back and do it again next time, right? They'll get to try it again. They get to try it from your point of view next time. Just like you might try it from their point of view next time, just so you can have that experience. That's what this is about. But the idea is to move higher and higher in vibration, in energy, so that each time it doesn't take us so long to remember who we truly are. It doesn't take that long anymore. And maybe eventually we won't incarnate anymore, or we'll incarnate elsewhere, or they have higher vibrational beings. I don't know. I have no idea. But that's the other point. None of us really know, right? None of us really know. So you get to choose what you want to believe. You get to choose what works best for you. And that's why you should take everything that I say with a grain of salt, and what anybody else says. The importance The important thing is what you feel in your heart. What calls to you? What does your intuition tell you? Does this ring true to you? If so, awesome. Run with it. And keep sticking with me because I've got tons to share about what I have learned throughout my journey getting here. But if it doesn't, then turn off the video and I wish you all the best in the world. You'll find that place. You'll find that belief and that really resonates with you. So I guess I'll leave this here. There's so much more to say. It's kind of hard to see how I'm gonna break all these videos out, but I will. But thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next video.